Imagine a world in which ancient civilizations have reached heights of knowledge that modern man can only dream of. The depths of history hold three mysteries that bear witness to lost knowledge, curses of gods, and secrets that mankind may never have had to reveal. What do the indecipherable symbols of Rongorongo on remote Easter Island, mummies with European features found in the very heart of Asia, and an entire city swallowed by the sea overnight, as if the gods themselves had wiped it from the face of the earth, have in common? Could it be that these seemingly unrelated mysteries are linked together by a thread that leads back in time to the lost secrets of ancient cultures? In the next few minutes, we delve deep into mysterious history to explore Rongorongo, the Tarim mummies, and the lost city of Helike. We'll look for the facts that academics are afraid to admit and ask, is something or someone trying to prevent us from discovering the truth? Are these secrets of antiquity in danger of changing everything we know about the past? At the edge of the world, isolated in the endless expanse of the Pacific Ocean, lies Easter Island, known to its ancient inhabitants as Rapa Nui. This small island is home to the colossal stone statues known as moai, which have kept their secrets for centuries. But this fact is known to many. However, it turns out that the mysterious island hides an even bigger mystery that is hardly talked about. It's about the system of engraved symbols known as Rongorongo. This discovery was made in the 19th century when European explorers set foot on the shores of Rapa Nui, and it certainly rocked the world of the scientific community. The wooden tablets, staffs, and artifacts covered with strange and incomprehensible signs immediately attracted the attention of scientists and conspiracists. But what is the truth behind these symbols? Is it just another ancient language, or is there something deeper and mystical that remains hidden? With each new attempt to decipher the Rongorongo, the questions grow and the answers never come. Scholars fail to find meaning in the symbols. They seem more like a complex puzzle designed to confuse and mislead. Nor is there a Rosetta Stone to help. There are no parallels with known writing systems. Is this a code created by a lost civilization that wanted to hide its wisdom from the world? Some have suggested that Rongorongo is a record of ancient rituals, magical incantations, or even a map of immeasurable riches buried deep underground on Easter Island. But what's really disturbing is the complete lack of any oral tradition or memory of the significance of these signs among the descendants of the ancient inhabitants. Was this language forbidden, or perhaps only a select few initiates knew the secret? Over the years, various researchers have tried to decipher the symbols using different methods: linguistics, cryptography, and anthropology. But the more one delves into the symbols, the more questions arise. And here come the conspiracies. Could Rongorongo be a vestige of a more ancient civilization that has reached levels of knowledge and technology that the modern world doesn't even suspect? Could it have something to do with ancient aliens or an advanced race that visited Earth thousands of years before the advent of man? Could these symbols actually be coded messages from another planet left by beings who intended to return? These questions lead to even deeper speculation. Has someone failed to unravel the mystery and is now hiding the truth from the world? Could Rongorongo be hiding dangers that should never be revealed? In recent decades, as technology has advanced, researchers have turned to new methods: computer linguistics, artificial intelligence, and even quantum cryptography. However, the results remain inconclusive. Perhaps Rongorongo was never intended to be deciphered in the traditional ways. Perhaps it is a key to knowledge that only the most elevated minds can understand. Or perhaps it is simply a remnant of a culture that wanted to erase its history. The next find that is not widely and openly talked about lies deep in the heart of Central Asia, hidden among the golden dunes of the Taklamakan Desert. There lies one of the most enigmatic archaeological discoveries of our time, the Tahrir mummies. These are bodies preserved in remarkably good condition, dating back more than 4,000 years. But what surprises the most is not their antiquity, but their unusual appearance. They have features that look quite different from those of the population that inhabits this region today. These mummies, with their blonde or reddish hair, tall stature, and European features, contradict all previous understandings of the ethnic composition of ancient China. Who were these people? And how did they end up here, thousands of miles from their supposed birthplaces? The discovery of the Tari mummies caused shock among scholars and historians. Some theories suggest they were migrants from Western Europe, bringing with them their customs, culture, and technology. But how could people from such far-flung places end up in this isolated region of China? DNA analyses revealed that these people do indeed have European ancestry, possibly related to ancient Indo-European peoples. But what was their purpose? Were they traders, adventurers, or perhaps pioneers seeking new lands? Could these mummies represent the remnants of a lost civilization that played a significantly larger role in history than we have previously assumed? These questions also give rise to a host of conspiracies. Are governments and scholars deliberately concealing the truth about these mummies in order to preserve certain historical narratives? Perhaps the true history of human migration is much more complex and tied to contacts between ancient civilizations than we are willing to accept. Some researchers suggest that these mummies are evidence of ancient journeys, long before the official records of the Great Silk Road. It may have been part of an ancient network that connected Europe with Asia, even before established civilizations began their existence. Were these people priests, mystics, or even outsiders who played a role in shaping the ancient cultures of Asia? Modern science continues to explore both these questions and the mummies using new technologies and methods of analysis. While some of the mysteries are beginning to unravel, many questions remain unanswered. DNA research is revealing not only European but also Asian genetic components, indicating complex interactions between different cultures in this remote region. Archaeologists are also discovering traces of ancient fabrics that suggest highly developed textile skills, as well as artifacts that could confirm the connection of these people to a wider trade network. For now, the Tari mummies remain one of the greatest archaeological mysteries of our time. Their desiccated bodies, preserved in the sands of Taklamakan, challenge us to consider a world in which the boundaries between civilizations were much more blurred than we imagine today. From ancient Asia, we are transported to 373 BC, on the shores of the Gulf of Corinth in ancient Greece, where a city named Helike flourished. It was a place of grandeur, with rich temples, bustling markets, and proud citizens. Dedicated to the god Poseidon, Helike was a cultural and religious center that attracted pilgrims from all over Hellas. But on a cold winter night, everything changed. The city was swallowed by the earth and the waves of the sea, disappearing in a matter of minutes. Many ancient texts tell of the fate of Helike, but what really happened to this glorious city? Why did the god of the seas, to whom it was dedicated, plunge it into oblivion? Was it the work of the elements, or could something darker be behind this sudden destruction? According to ancient accounts, the inhabitants of Helike angered Poseidon by refusing to give the inhabitants of the neighboring polis one of his sacred statues. Some ancient authors even claim that the citizens of Helike rebelled against the gods, leading to their punishment. In one night, the earth shook, the sea invaded, and everything was swallowed. Helike sank beneath the water, leaving behind only legends and fear. But was it just a natural disaster, or was there something more? What could have led to a catastrophe of this magnitude? Could the ancient Greeks have known more about the forces of nature than we suppose? Or might these forces have been manipulated by some secret hidden in ancient practices? Over the centuries, numerous treasure hunters and archaeologists have tried to find the lost city, but each attempt has been thwarted by nature, time, or fate itself. Many believe that Helike was not just a city, but a center of ancient knowledge, perhaps even a portal to other worlds or dimensions. Those who venture to seek out the city often tell of strange dreams, visions, and sensations that something ancient is watching them. Some theories suggest that the sinking of Helike was caused by the use of technology or forces that we can only speculate about today. Perhaps the city was destroyed to keep these secrets hidden from the world, or perhaps its inhabitants caused their own destruction by playing with forces they did not fully understand. In recent decades, archaeologists and scientists have begun using modern technology to search for the lost city beneath the waters of the Gulf of Corinth. Using sonar and underwater robots, they are finding traces of ancient structures sunken into the mud and sand. But despite these discoveries, the truth about Helike remains incomplete. the city may never be fully uncovered, leaving us with only pieces of a puzzle that will never be put together. At the same time, questions surrounding the fate of Helike continue to spark controversy and conjecture. Some researchers believe its sinking was caused by a powerful earthquake and the resulting tsunami, while others believe there is something deeper and more mysterious to this story. Three ancient mysteries, Rongorongo, the Tarim mummies, and Helike, hint at a lost knowledge that someone or something wanted to hide. If these secrets are so dangerous that they have been erased from history and locked away from our knowledge, perhaps the question is not what we have lost, but why? What lies behind the veil of the past, and what in truth is so horrific that it had to be buried? That we have no clue as to what happened in our past is evidenced by hidden pre-Egyptian technologies forbidden or forgotten today. But that is another story you can learn by watching the video shown to the left of your screens.